Hi, my name is Naomi Cleaver. I am 42. I am from Melbourne, Australia, and I am on the first women's retreat here in Iquitos. My experience was absolutely fantastic. It was more than I could have ever imagined, to be honest with you. The ceremonies themselves are only the small tip of the iceberg. I think everything else that we did just made the experience such an all-encompassing sort of journey, I suppose, and it is something that I will have in my heart and remember for the rest of my life. The camp, the community, the piece of land that we're on is amazing, really. You have what is in reality 5-star jungle, I think. It's comfortable, it's warm, it's on the river. We get to swim every single day. We get to engage with the local community. We get to see the beautiful Amazon forest every single day if we want. So our surrounds are they're gorgeous. It's paradise. It's God's paradise, really. So what more can you say? Doña Vilma is like a shamanic rock star. She's this tiny little pocket rocket that you see her in the beginning, and she literally looks like a little Peruvian rock star. She's very cool, she's blinged up, and instantly she makes you feel so protected, like any form of anxiety that you have about, the spirit world or your process or anything like that. She makes you feel comfortable and warm and secure and protected, and she is this absolute powerhouse of a woman in 5'1", tiny little body. She's just magnificent, absolutely magnificent. So I think I always felt safe, even though I came down here terrified, to be honest with you, of my experience in the ceremonies, because I've never done it before. She instantly put me at ease, and it's incredibly powerful, really. Now, this is my favourite part, the facilitators. Okay. So, as a combination, these three women are the absolute powerhouse of love and acceptance and intense kindness and selflessness. So that combination of all three, the combination of ages in terms of experience and where the women were in their lives, was incredibly empowering to be around. I will talk singularly about my three beautiful facilitators, and I will start with Linda. Linda, as a woman in her 60s, taught me so much about how to not age gracefully, but how to grab age by the balls and live life to its fullest, and to accept amazing joy into your life, and that an age, a number, does not define you in any sort of way. It was beautiful. Sky, my little Skylar bird, is just the epitome of open love. Just always warm, always giving, but with a sense of authority that belies an age. So even though there is quite a few years between Sky and I felt like she was such an incredible teacher that always was respectful, always was loving, always was giving. Nothing was too much. And I have to reserve my last for my Ray Ray, my beautiful girlfriend here, who was so kind and so loving and so playful that it just made this experience, it made this experience more than anything I could have imagined. I've gained so much from this 12 days that it's, they talk about ceremonies as being 10 years of psychotherapy in one ceremony, and I think, you know what, I think this retreat gives you 50. So with everything that goes on, it's incredible. So thank you. Everything, do you know what, all the additional stuff that we were so privileged to be able to do, just made it the complete package. Like I said, the ayahuasca experience was just one piece of what was a very large puzzle. So the plant medicines, I loved the vapor baths, the flower baths that we all took, and the rituals that we all did surrounding those flower baths. The yoga, the meditation that we did, the sitting in the hammocks and talking, the art, the collage, just that amazing sense of self-expression that allows you to go into deeper parts of yourself that, usually in your normal life you just don't generally do. So I think for myself and for a lot of girls here that it opened a real pathway for us, which is the beginning of something new that we can all take back to our normal lives back home. You know what, the group dynamic is it's both a real pleasure, I think, because I think as women we all sort of realise very quickly that although we don't necessarily intend to be this way, that if you're in a mixed group of people, you instantly change just slightly. You're a little bit more guarded about, things that you've been through as women and all that sort of stuff. And so the fact that we were in an all group of women enabled us to really feel safe in certain things that are just, they're private to women, and they generally don't get shared with men regardless. Even the most significant men in our life, they don't get shared with. So that was really beautiful. It's also, it's really interesting being with a group of women that, we come from all walks of life. We've got all different professions, we're all ages. That's a really interesting mix. It's a really interesting dynamic. Even the person that you feel that you don't get along with teaches you something. And it's, there's really something about being in a group dynamic whereby you do learn different skills, you learn different ways of dealing with things and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty amazing. These women are very cool though. My advice would be, if you are seriously thinking about coming down to the women's retreat, be brave, come and do it, show up. It's everyone's experience is different, and I learnt on this that every single one of us had a uniquely different experience. It's not all like everything you see on the internet, but if you come down here and you bring it, you participate, even though in particular in the beginning I think it's very confronting for people. There's lots of sharing and all that sort of stuff, and that can be very difficult. But you learn very quickly that you get so much, because when you present yourself as yourself in all its vulnerable, scarred, beautiful glory, that all you have shining back at you is these eyes of love and acceptance. And I think for a lot of us, that's, this is the first time we've ever been around groups of women, and that is something that we will treasure and bring into our lives for the rest of our lives. So do it, but come down here not with expectations, because you can't ever imagine what it's going to be like, but just show up.